Hi guys and welcome. Today we're checking out how good the iPhone XS Max speakers really sound. Apple is always advertising their stereo speakers, which now have gotten even better, and when I unboxed my iPhone XS, which I'm so far really satisfied with, the first thing that I tried out were the speakers, and so far I'm really blown away by them. I think those are the best phone speakers I've heard so far. Maybe the Razer phone is louder, but the iPhone definitely sounds better as they are tuning the speakers with a DSP, which of course results in a really nice sound. So I thought, why not do a video about it and maybe compare it against some really small Bluetooth speakers which you can find between $10 and $20 and see if the iPhone can maybe keep up sound-wise on normal volumes. Of course it won't be as loud as it's just way too small compared to even the smallest Bluetooth speakers. But maybe it sounds better, as those other small speakers sometimes have a really bad tuning. And I also wanted to compare it against my old phone, or in air quotes old phone, the OnePlus 6, which is still really great, but unfortunately only has one mono speaker. And I just put this in here to give you reference, so that you can hear and see how a normal phone sounds, or how a normal phone speaker sounds, and then how the iPhone XS Max compares to it. The competitors for the iPhone XS Max today are the OnePlus 6, which again just has one mono speaker, and one Digo, I think it's DX10 or something. It's a speaker from GearBest, and I think it's about 12 euros or something, and it also has one 3-watt mono driver built in. The first track I'm going to play is by Griffin Stoller or Stoller, and it's called Burned, and the second one is by Afro Elements. It's called It Feels So Good, and it's the Sober Stoller remix. You can find the links to their site and to the track itself in the description. If you want to see more of these kind of tests and maybe also camera comparison about the iPhone X, which also really surprised me. I really liked the camera in the first impression, and also can't wait to compare it to some others. Make sure to leave a like on this video or subscribe to the channel. And of course also make sure to put up your headphones, as this again is a binaural microphone recording. Although the speakers aren't super high end, this will still give you the most realistic sound impression, and they of course require headphones to be listened to, so make sure to put them up and enjoy the sound comparison.
So much for lessons learned, it's a lonely road ahead. The way your body moves got me falling apart again.
Can't disguise the fact that you and I were meant to be.
Clearly don't take a genius, so clear as the eye can see.
Nothing's hit me quite like this. You got me out my comfort zone.
All I'm used to is comfortable. It's all that I've ever known.
Loving you has made me realize that all my past relationships
Were just nothing but stepping stones that led me to finding you, yeah.
That's why it always comes so easily, where we don't have to justify.
Something so unmistakable that I cannot hide.
So this is it from this video. Unfortunately I couldn't show you the Anker, which I think would have been the fairest competitor to the iPhone anymore, since it just decided to break. I think I haven't charged it for half a year or something, so it's probably completely discharged, and now the battery is probably broken. But still, I think I could give you quite a nice impression of the iPhone speakers, and I think they just sound very impressive. Against the Bluetooth speaker, I think it did definitely not sound better. I think you are okay with the iPhone if you don't listen to, I don't know, music on high volumes. But if you really want to have a small group of friends, you should still buy this small Bluetooth speaker, as it simply goes way louder. But on normal volumes, I think both sound more or less the same. The Bluetooth speaker still sounds a bit bigger, especially in the mid-range. The iPhone is a bit lacking in comparison, but of course keep in mind the iPhone just has a tiny speaker module built in. Of course the housing doesn't even work as a housing for the speaker, as it's full of tech, while with the speaker you have one pretty big driver compared to the iPhone, which has the entire body for resonance. So of course it's a really unfair comparison, but still I think the iPhone kept up nicely. Of course didn't sound better. So for a bigger group of people, bring a Bluetooth speaker of course, but for personal listening, I think you don't always have to bring a Bluetooth speaker to the bathroom now, as the iPhone will do a pretty decent job at playing music there. But of course the most interesting part was the comparison against average phone speaker, for example the OnePlus 6, which I showed you, and I think the difference was day and night. It was massive difference. The iPhone sounded a lot better. Of course, I'm not comparing it to the OnePlus directly. The OnePlus just is a reference. The OnePlus is less than half the price, so I don't even expect stereo speakers there, and it's still a great phone, so don't get me wrong here. But I just mean that the iPhone is so much better than the average mono speaker you can find on most phones, which is to be expected for such a high price. If I'm paying over $1,000, I want the best speakers on the market in a phone. But still, I think it's pretty impressive what they have managed here. It was even better than what I've expected in the beginning, as I already knew that they have good speakers, but this really blew me away. And comparing it to the OnePlus 6 or basically any other phone with a mono speaker, it definitely sounded a lot better, a lot fuller, with of course stereo separation, which is a big advantage. Not only makes it sound clearer, but also gives you some of course left and right, and simply sounds better overall, and also the bass and treble was better. So basically everything, it sounded much bigger and fuller. And this is really impressive. So if you enjoyed this video and you maybe want to see more speaker comparisons in general, or maybe some more videos about the iPhone X demonstrating the camera, comparing it to some other phones, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel to don't miss out on any new uploads coming in the future. Until then, have a great time and see you in the next one.
Well,